You built something real, clients love you, referrals are flowing, and somehow you're more exhausted than the day you had a boss. The cruel joke of a successful solo service business is that growth becomes the trap, not the reward. Here's what nobody tells you when you're grinding through your first 5 clients. You are the product, and that's exactly the problem you'll need to solve to scale. The moment demand exceeds your personal hours, you hit what economists call a capacity ceiling, a wall, where more revenue literally requires a different business model. Think of it like a restaurant where the chef is also the waiter, the host, and the dishwasher, charming at 10 tables, catastrophic at 30. The shift from freelancer to agency isn't just operational, it's psychological, because you have to trust that someone else can carry your reputation. The headlines a few years ago made it sound so simple. Build your personal brand, go viral, charge premium, hire a VA, print money. But anyone who tried that playbook without systems behind it learned fast that a virtual assistant without a process manual is just an expensive mistake waiting to happen. Momentum stalled for a lot of would-be agency owners right there at the hiring stage because they confused delegation with abdication. Every service business that successfully scaled from boutique marketing shops to home service empires did one thing before hiring. They documented everything obsessively. Your process, your client communication templates, your quality checkpoints, these become the skeleton of your agency before the first employee ever touches a client file. Here's the historical pattern that repeats without fail. Solo operator scales too fast. Quality dips, reputation takes a hit. Operator retreats, rebuilds slower, this time with infrastructure. You can skip the painful middle chapter if you accept that your first hire isn't a contractor, it's a systems test. A massive misconception in this space is that bringing on help means immediately handing off client-facing work. Start by offloading internal tasks, scheduling, invoicing, research, so your genius stays client-side while you build trust in your new team members' capabilities. Quality is protected not by doing everything yourself, but by designing the guardrails that catch errors before they reach the client. The practical playbook looks like this. Document your top 3 most repeatable services. Create a checklist for each deliverable, and hire your first person specifically to own those checklists. Resist the urge to hire a generalist who can do a little of everything. Specificity in early hires protects quality far better than flexibility does. Pricing must evolve the moment you're operating as an agency, not a freelancer, because your overhead, your risk, and your value proposition have all changed. Charge for the system, the reliability, and the team, not just the task, or you'll find yourself doing agency-level work at solo operator rates. Discipline over conviction is the rule here. Don't scale a service you haven't fully productized, no matter how much a client is willing to pay for a custom version of it. The agencies that grew without imploding were the ones that said no more than they said yes in years 1 and 2. There's a beautiful irony in service business scaling. The founders who hold on tightest to doing the work are the ones who end up doing the least meaningful work, buried in delivery instead of direction. Let go of the tasks to keep the vision. Consistency, sizing your growth to match your systems, and patience with the compounding effect of a well-run team. These matter infinitely more than any single client win or viral moment. One great hire, well managed, can double your capacity. One bad hire, poorly onboarded, can undo 6 months of reputation building. So wherever you are, still solo, newly hiring, or somewhere in between, the answer is the same. Build the machine before you need it. Trust the process more than the hustle, and size your ambition to match your infrastructure. And when you're ready to take that next step, whether it's real estate investing, finding reliable contractors for home projects, or connecting with the right lenders, check out our links in the description below.